Hello and welcome. This is part 2.5 of the new Revelations Healing Activation Transmission. This is a Reiki healing as well as a message from the Ascended Master Goddess Isis, with whom I connect with every day and have been told I need to start sharing these messages. Okay, so getting right into it. All you have to do to accept the healing, which Reiki is a life, you're just showing up here. I'm a Reiki master teacher, a Yusui Reiki master teacher for 19 years now. I've been a practitioner. I've been a master for a little over 5. A master teacher, excuse me, for a little over 5. And was a master for 13 years, a master level for 13 years before that. Reiki is a healing life force energy that is as ancient as the universe itself. It's only capable of healing mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. It is not capable of doing anything else. I have directed this energy to heal things for you specifically as they come up while you are listening to the transmission. There are 2 other parts at this point that came before this video. So if you're finding me now, make sure that you go back and listen to transmission 1 first after this, and then the part 2, the other half of part 2 before this. I'll put links within this video to make them easy to find, but as well as that, I did also create a playlist to make them easy to find also. Okay. I'm also an animal communicator. It is one of the things I do within my business through Reiki and animal communication. I'm also a medium. I find lost pets all over the United States and worldwide. I've worked with clients in other countries before also, through my psychic abilities from wherever I'm at. So I'm in very close connection with the animal kingdom, and the Ascended Master Goddesses use the animal kingdom to provide symbolism within the guidance that I'm given and now sharing with you. In the last video, we were going over the rabbit because she mentioned the white rabbit, and there was only a little bit left of that part before we move on to the next animal, which is the fawn. Okay, so really the only thing left about the rabbit is there is, well, I left off with how rabbits and mice are the most preyed upon animals in the animal kingdom by other animals. And that is something that happens to people like us who are of the light and who have this light that shines from within no matter what. And that is very preyed upon by all different kinds of energies, people, and all different kinds of things. And but the rabbit is also here to teach us how to be still and how to not let our movements be known. So if you're hearing this message, there's a need for you to keep quiet about your plans and move in silence. Don't talk to anybody about it, period. If you have to talk to someone or something, talk to the divine, talk to your guides, talk to yourself. Really, that's the only one you can trust is yourself at this point while things are getting restructured here on earth. Yourself, which is your divine connection with the creator. Okay. They're skilled at making quick and rapid turns, which is intuitive. The way that I'm interpreting it is that is, I'm trying to not hit this mic here. That is intuitive, authentic movement and choices in alignment with your God conscious, with your connection with the divine. This is going to bring, so this is something you need to be aware of and looking out for. Your authentic, intuitive movement, devoid of letting people know what you're doing, is going to bring quick opportunities that are only open for brief amounts of time. So you are a very lucky person. There's opportunities that you're able to grab onto, that the window of opportunity is very little. But because of moving in alignment with your creative, authentic expression with the divine, you are able to get these opportunities. So be keeping an eye out for that. In a right place, right time kind of thing. Okay, and then there's also a veggie diet. I guess rabbits have completely veggie diets, and that heals sickness. And don't think that I'm trying to push a vegetarian diet. I am not a vegetarian. I did, however, just get over being sick, which is still lingering. I had COVID for the second time ever. Last time I had it was 3 years ago. I thought it was over. And yesterday I woke up and my eyes were like almost swollen shut. It's so weird. COVID is so weird. So there may be a need for you to, and me, myself, to switch to a vegetarian diet for a couple days that will help heal your body. And then also a need to examine your habits on a 28-day cycle. So what the rabbit is suggesting is start to pay attention to your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical habits and health on a 28-day cycle, on a lunar cycle. So you can start to examine your patterns and what is going on with you on an unconscious level within the lunar cycle. So then you can start to see where you may be being subconsciously influenced by things around you. And once you're conscious of what you're subconsciously being influenced by, you can change it. You won't be subject to its conditioning anymore, which that is what we are doing, is we are deconditioning from the matrix programming that is completely opposite of real spiritual law and truths, which is in correlation with the revelations which we are rewriting and restructuring for the creation and manifestation of the new earth. It'll make more sense once you watch the other videos if this is the first one that you're coming into. Okay. Oh, and if I didn't say, if you want to receive the healing transmission through this video, you have to accept the healing. Reiki will not work for you if you don't accept it. And the way that you do that is just by saying yes to yourself. Put it in the comments, or, just, you have to accept it in order for it to work. All right, so we're going to move on. So she also mentioned the fawn, which I had to double check that the fawn is a baby deer. And the cycle of power, and if anyone is wondering, if you're just, I probably don't need to mention this again, but I'm going to anyway. The Native American Animal Speak Book by Ted Andrews. This is what I'm referencing to match up with the animal symbolism, because it's a book that I've been using since I was, I don't know, 18 or younger. Okay. So the deer symbolizes a gentle luring into new adventure, which this whole transmission has been about adventure. So that connection with the rabbit also symbolizes adventure and the creation of the universe. So everything fits together perfectly. And their cycle of power is the autumn and spring. We are going into autumn, and we all know when spring is. But so to me, that means something that you begin now, going into the autumn, is going to see massive growth in the spring. Deers never follow the same path twice. They are completely unpredictable. This is to confuse their predators. And same thing as the rabbit. Don't let people know your plans. Don't let people know your movements. Be unpredictable. This not only helps with energy protection, it's also authentic. Getting into these like strict habits and strict structure, which is very difficult not to do when you have a kid and have to exist in the matrix. If I'm being real authentic and honest right now, but I'm having a hard time this morning because of what I'm going through and how much I dislike having to be in the matrix. It's very uncomfortable for me. It always has been. I just didn't know why or what it was until, the past while. I don't know. Time doesn't even matter. But and with having a child, it is very difficult for me to impose the same bullshit that was imposed onto me. I'll just say it. I don't like it. It makes me very uncomfortable. It makes me want to cry. Okay. The deer brings clues to past lives. And so we can also look at that as being a part of the matrix, and in the matrix processing brainwashing program that is, and now you're deconditioning and moving into a new life devoid of the matrix processing programs that messed us all up in the first place. It is of utmost importance that you are deconditioning from the programming of the matrix. And that is what this transmission and this healing is helping you with. And it's also what I'm helping you with. And it is of utmost importance. It is a daily practice. Why are you making the decisions that you're making? Why are you rejecting parts of yourself? Is it because somebody told you that that part of yourself was bad? And so you're continuing to inflict guilt and pain onto yourself on the inside because of what some Joe Schmo or even some family member that doesn't know themselves at all told you about you. It's this kind of stuff. That kind of stuff has to stop because it isn't true. If you are here, you are the light. You are love, unity, consciousness. Any pain you are inflicting onto yourself because of matrix conditioning is holding you back from your purpose and your mission, and we need you. I mean, it's like dire at this point. Okay, so they're also a symbol of new adventure. Once you go back and listen to the other transmissions, you'll see why that's so cool. And they also symbolize the word tier, T-I-E-R. I had to look up what that word meant and it can, you know, in correlation with the deer. And it means wild animal, which I thought was cool. So wild and free consciousness, devoid of programming from outside sources, not from God, from evil people who just want to control everything. Okay, that was my phone. Oh, but that's also confirmation. Okay, so wild and free consciousness in connection with the divine, devoid of matrix programming, is capable of constructing worlds. Hence, how we are in the energetic grid creation process of bringing in the new earth. To do that, you need to decondition as much as possible. A daily practice, moment by moment, and doing everything possible to not be trapped in the matrix. Playing the game, but not being trapped in it. Many stories, these are, I'm reading my notes for my handwriting, you guys. Okay. There's many stories of deer luring men into the forest, because deer are also the most hunted, but they're not the most hunted by other animals. They're the most hunted by man. Same thing. Two animals she's showing me in this transmission from Isis, both are the most hunted. Just like people like us who know and speak truth into reality, because truth breaks the brainwash, and truth is capable of constructing worlds. It's power. Real power, not manipulated power. Lying to people to gain power. No, we don't need to do that. We just need to be authentic and speak our truth. That is real power, and it's a real threat to the liars. They don't like it because truth wakes people up. And once people are awake, they're not going back to sleep. All right. So deer, there's many stories of deer leading or luring men into the woods, not making the same turns, how they're completely unpredictable, and then the men getting completely lost, and then they're forced to go within. They're forced to be in silence and go within. And I guess this has something to do with King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. I guess there's stories of back then correlated with this, but I don't know anything about King Arthur or the Knights of the Round Table. Not really. Not anything that I can speak on. Deers have 1 or 2 babies in a litter, and the babies are born the color that will protect them the most in their environment. I found that really interesting. It's not based on genetics or anything like that. Is the way that I'm understanding it. My computer just went off, so maybe I'm wrong about that. I don't know. Just they're born the color. Their hair is the color that will protect them the most in their environment. Okay. Fawns are fiercely protected. So baby deer are fiercely protected by outside energies of any kind. The dads, the fathers, are not involved in the baby's lives at all, which you can do with that what you will. They are fiercely protected from outside energies at all. No one, nothing, no one, until they are strongly grounded and connected to the mother. Which, think about it. What happens when we're born? We're literally taken out into this crazy ass world, subject to all kinds of outside energies that, I mean, unless you live on an island by yourself, or are in some other situation than here in the United States, you are subject to crazy energy, and that is dangerous. It's dangerous. It's how the conditioning happens, and that's why it's so hard and takes so long to get out of it, because of how deeply ingrained into our minds it is. I had to get on the absolute outskirts of society, numbed on as many DRUGS as possible, to completely numb out anybody's thoughts of me, what they think I should be doing, what anybody thought I should be doing. I had to get so far away from all of that in order to find me. And I did. And once I did, I knew I had to get off DRUGS. I finally knew what my purpose was. I was like, oh, I'm a medium. Okay, it's time to get off the drugs, which took 2 years to do. It was hard, but here I am. Okay. So they are not permitted to be influenced by anyone or anything but the mother. Exposure to conditioning and outside energy when the fawn is a baby is detrimental to their whole system, just like us. This signifies being disconnected from the inner child mission and purpose from the gate. From the gate, we were disconnected from that. So allow this transmission and the Reiki that I am providing you now to begin helping you with that, to begin helping you get undisconnected or reconnected with your mission and purpose. If you don't know what it is, just say it in your mind. Be like, Reiki, I don't know what my purpose and mission is. Will you please help me figure it out? Will you please show me what it is? And then as the days go on, after you listen to this, and go listen to the other ones for a complete, the whole story, and then there's going to be more after this, because this is only the second Send a Master Goddess in this transmission. There's a lot more to go. Then pay attention to what is presented to you by the universe, what thoughts come up, and just start paying attention to what's going on around you, and you'll get the answers. Vision is clear. They have a very clear vision at long distances. They're very good at pattern recognition, and it also symbolizes the psychic ability of being able to see the future. They're also they have this ability to see contrast and edges in dim light, which I found interesting because I operate best in dim light. Really bright lights, not the sun. I mean, sometimes the sun annoys me, but bright lights indoors, I can't stand them. They drive me crazy. Their hearing is equally strong, and they have an enhanced ability to detect subtle movements at long distances. So this is symbolizing that this transmission is igniting your human lie detector abilities in being able to see behind the lies, being able to see far distances into others, to detect danger, lies, when you're being manipulated, things of that sort. They also symbolize innocence and freshness. And there's a message here about needing to be gentle with yourself and others and protect your energy when entering into new relationships or situations or connections with people. Okay, so we're rounding the end of this transmission, but there's a couple questions you need to ask yourself from now on when you're going into relationships with others, new relationships, new situations, whatever it is, whoever comes into your life, you need to start questioning things. You need to ask yourself, are you forcing yourself? Say you make plans with someone. This could even be with family. It doesn't have to just be with people you meet off the street. It can be with people that you already know and interact with. Most of the time, those are the people that are mainly in the problem and in the way of your mission and purpose. It's the ones closest to you that need boundaries to be set. So, say you make plans with someone. Jeez, my hair and this mic, it's just, Okay. Say you make plans with someone or you make a commitment. Ask yourself, are you forcing yourself to go? If you're forcing yourself to go or to do something, you're not supposed to be doing it. Period. It's not in alignment with you or your purpose. And I know that there's some things that are unavoidable at times because of having to exist in this world, in the matrix. But, that's a work in progress. There's nothing wrong with canceling plans with people. If you're forcing yourself to go, you're not supposed to go. Cancel the plans. Number 2 question, are they forcing things? Are they trying to talk you into shit you don't want to be talked into? If they are, cut it off. Are you being too critical of yourself? This is the 3rd question. Are you being too critical of yourself within the whole construct of the relationship or the situation? Is it making you criticize yourself? Is it making you talk bad to yourself? Is it making you feel bad about yourself? If it is, it's not in alignment. And then number 4 question, are they being too critical of you? Are they being too critical of you, your authentic self? If so, they get the boot. The boot. They're not for you. Okay. Also, I have here opportunities to express gentle love that open doors to new adventure. So if the situation passes the test here, and if you're forcing, you ask yourself why. If you find yourself forcing yourself, or you feel like you're forcing yourself to do things, you need to get to the root of why are you forcing yourself? Are you forcing yourself just because you have, there's different situations, just because you have really bad social anxiety? What is the reason behind the forcing yourself? sometimes it's just that you really don't want to go hang out with a person, and the person is not good for you, and you know that, but you were ignoring it. But sometimes, if there isn't anything else that is an issue besides your social anxiety and fear of being seen, or like a self-centered fear of not being liked or something like that, then that is a different story. That is a blockage. That is you holding yourself back from opportunities that could be opportunities to express gentle love that open new doors to adventure. So you have to examine things and really be honest with yourself about why are you forcing yourself? What does it have to do with? Okay. So I have here, if you answered yes to any of those questions, the person or situation is out of alignment, so don't do it. So, and then also, if there is a person or a situation that's coming to mind for you now that you know that you need to set boundaries with or cut out of your life, I am offering and directing the Reiki to do that now, to remove the negative attachment and remove the blockage, as well as give that energy back to Gaia to transmute into positive energy to assist in the creation of new Earth. All right, so this is it. Keep moving in silence. And there will be next we're moving into Hathor, the Ascended Master Goddess Hathor, and her transmission. So that will be part 3. And I am opening up, sign up for my Foundations of Psychic Development class that I created. It's a live 2-hour class. I've added to it, so there's more information, and it comes with an interactive PDF, a workbook, and what it is a process and I created to help you decondition from matrix processing. And then I go into psychic abilities in correlation to your energetic system. Okay, so you can sign, it's $55. The date is yet to be set. It's going to depend on what works for everybody who signs up. Projected date is sometime in September. If you follow the Linktree link in the description, you will see the PayPal button where you can pay. And I am officially ending this healing. Once you stop watching this, go wash your hands or put them onto the grass, onto the earth. And if you wash them, let them air dry. This is going to really end the healing and make sure and ensure that your energy isn't draining from anywhere. Have a beautiful day. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video. If you want to donate to the channel, there is a link for that also, and I much appreciate you. I do also offer many services, so be sure to check those out also in the links in the description. All right, bye.